Alright, I'm out walking at Glendale Nature Park today. This is not where I ended up or planned to hike or walk today, but this is where I ended up. I had found a trail on All Trails that I was trying to find, but it took me to a residential home. So I didn't really want to walk on somebody's property. I wasn't sure that they would appreciate it. So got back in the car and started driving. I had looked on All Trails to find some other options. But then on my way to somewhere else, I drove by a sign that said Glendale Nature Park. So I decided to stop in. So this is where I am right now. Very quiet. Nobody else is here today. We've had rain still and again. So right now we have a little break in the rain. I'm appreciating that. But you can feel the humidity out here. So this seems like not a big park. Kind of looks like it has like kind of octopus arms or jellyfish tentacles. It just has a handful of trails. None of them are very long, mile-ish, and they just kind of go out and back in. So I'm gonna check it out today. Always fun to see somewhere new. I'm in the Spartanburg area though, so I'm not over this way that often anymore. So fun to find somewhere new. It's extremely muddy. I'm expecting there to be a very thick layer of clay on the bottom of my shoes when I'm done today. I'm probably at least an inch taller from that clay. So they had a map at the beginning. This one's pretty good. Pretty awesome that they have it now in the trail. You can tell it's pretty new park. All the wood is new looking, up for fencing and all that, and the signboard. But it tells us exactly where we are. So we're coming in from the parking area. I guess there's Goodall Environmental Studies Center we could park at as well down there. So I'm going to take a little walk and see. So we're coming down on the Hunt Club Trail, and then we have these different trails going off of it down at the bottom. So we'll see. This is the longest one, the 1.1 miles. Next is just a mile, so not much left, not much different. So making our way down. There's definitely some remnants of it being a road back here. There's a variety of different little car pieces, but then that's just a whole chunk of car. There's also past a pile of like asphalt that had been dug up and piled up, and then on this trail now that I'm walking on, there's some spots that are patchy with remnants of the asphalt that was here. So I guess it was at one time a paved road. Definitely used for something. So we are in our second week of school now, starting to get in the groove of things. But as we were getting all the diagnostic assessment done at school the last couple days, and Caden's been getting some assessments and evaluations and stuff done through his school so that they know where he is. I've been thinking a lot about how we really have to appreciate each person for who they are and meet them where they are and meet their needs. Everybody has different needs, different styles of learning and communication and modes of operation, and that's one of the things I've been encouraging my kids to celebrate since we do math. Oh, this is colorful. Let's see. Where is he? There he is. Oh, buddy. But I'm having the kids focus more on their thinking than the right answer. You can be told the right answer. You can use a calculator sometimes to get the right answer. But what's important and what's actually learning is when they're thinking through a process and coming to an understanding. So I'm encouraging them to just focus on that, but then also really listen to each other and hear other people's ideas about how they're doing things. I think they'll learn a lot about each other and about different options for themselves as they're doing that. And one group that did this the other day, they got so excited when they were able to figure out the same thing. They came to the same solution a couple different ways within the same group when they were sharing. And I think it teaches some greater life lessons, not just the math. So I think it's important to focus on the differences, appreciate the differences. We don't need to, I guess, focus on them. But they're worth noting. There's some deer prints through here. Not a lot going on this rainy day, but deer came through not too long ago, it seems. These are some cool looking mushrooms. Here's another patch of the more typical, like round, flat ones. But these are more unique with all the bumps on them. So I just sent a text message to the board member in Caden School District that had encouraged me to go ahead and put Caden in the high school he's zoned for, because he assured me that they would be able to meet his needs and accommodate him appropriately. So I was hesitant from the beginning, but as I got more connected with people in the district and at the school, it became clear that it was going to be a really good thing for him. And so I sent him a message the other day thanking him that here we are in our second week of school, and the school's been wonderful. So he knew what he was talking about. I was excited to share, and he was excited to hear it. I know that's what he wants to hear about the school district that he's on the board for and is speaking so highly of. So I can now see why he is. This is one of the splits of the trail. So they still have all the signs, but the color of the trails and the names are very well labeled. So that's a lot of white. Clearly, this is the Box Turtle Trail. We will go this way, making our way down towards Glendale Shoals, from what I can tell on the map. This is much more narrow, different kind of trail than what was seeming to be a road out there. Looks like very new wood for the bridge, though. Oh, here's some yellow mushrooms. seen some ugly, funky looking guys. These are pretty cool. So neat to look at the bottoms of them and the tops. We have a little water crossing. It's quite pretty. The water running down the rock is beautiful and it sounds lovely. That's a very pretty forest view. And creeks surrounded by the trees and trees arching over. Leaves hovering over the water and the water rippling down the rocks. It's awesome. You can definitely tell there's a lot of moisture out here. Makes sense with the water nearby, but especially with all this rain we've been having. These mushrooms are neat. They have like the red top, and then, oh, there's a spider on that one. Oh, buddy. Almost looks like a fruit on the bottom. Not like a typical mushroom with like the ribbed texture. Or it looks like the texture of an orange or something. I think parents of multiple children, they have a challenge because kids always want to be treated equally or fair. But I think when the parents understand that the right thing for each child may not be the exact same thing for all of their kids, they're actually doing the best thing for them and preparing them for their future, not that of their siblings. So I think there were definitely some things that were handled differently for myself and for my brother and for my sister. And I think each one of us could look back and say, oh, they got to do that, or they had that, with comparison. But I think at the end of the day, we ended up where we were supposed to be, and didn't always mean the same thing applied to all three of us. A lot more ground growth here. Not as many pine trees as there were in the other section. Definitely brown muddy water flowing down there right now. Oh boy. We made it over to the Glendale Shoals area. This was a good spot when with Mom's Club with the little ones to come over and do a hike that consisted of half mile of wandering around and just checking things out. Lots of fun, and came over a couple times and just checked out the water and the little falls up here and played in the water. Definitely not when it was this muddy looking though. You can hear the water rushing down today. Some white above all the brown. Woo! Moving quickly. That bark on that tree is really pretty looking. All different colors as it's shedding. Oh, the water is so high. Wow. Good day to hear some moving water, that's for sure. Not a good day to hop out in there, probably. Might take you down. Lots of different birds flying around up here. I'll go up to the edge over this way. So there's an old bridge up here. Bridge with the water makes for a pretty good photo spot for a lot of photographers. Often a lot more rock is exposed. I remember bringing my mom and my brother down here when Caden was little, and we were able to walk out on the rock and everything. So it's neat to see it in all different ways. We're gonna make our way back down now. So walked a couple of miles down. We'll do a little more than a couple miles back, making it a little bit more of a loop trail on the way back. One nice thing about doing out and back trails is you get to see things from different perspectives. Sometimes we'll do a loop trail so regularly one way when we're going another. Oh, a little tiny frog or toad. It's pretty well camouflaged in there, but he's moving. So then sometimes when we go the opposite direction, it'll look like a completely different route. Neat to get it from all perspectives. I'm definitely grateful for the cover of the trees. Shade helps a little bit. It's already so humid out here, so being out in the sun also is for sure making me bust a sweat. Quite warm out here. There are a lot of butterflies flying around, and it's quite a variety. It's been a lot of fun as I've been walking to see all the different colors flittering across. I do like that this trail has some incline to it. A little bit both ways, so you get some downhill both ways too. It's not just a flat walk through the woods or along the water. So I'm making my way out. Definitely worthwhile trail checkout. It's neat. Glad I stopped here today. See what you can appreciate about people around you, their differences. Accept yours and go with them. You'll end up where you're supposed to be, and those that you influence will end up where they're supposed to be. I'll see you next time on the trail with Heart.